Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Talking Movies. My name is Josh.
I'm Chris.
I'm Clay.
And this week, well, first of all, Randy is not with us. He's got a show out in San Antonio, so it's just the three of us. So it'll be a shorter episode, in other
Yep.
words. um, but anyways, this week it's Chris's pick, and he chose the F1 movie Rush from
Yeah.
2013.
Race here today.
More powerful than the fear of death is the will to win.
I guess it's probably not the original F1 movie. I think there was a few others, but I mean it's the older and older F1 movie.
Yeah, but you got into F1, so
Yeah,
so
yep,
we were
pretty much.
checking out another like fairly recent one from about a decade ago.
Yeah, 2013.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize it was directed by Ron Howard.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was kind of looking into it, I was like, oh, Ron Howard. That's I mean, interesting. He's a guy. But the movie basically tells the story of Nicky Lauda and James Hunt, particularly like a year or two span of of their racing for championships and all that. I mean, it kind of sets up their earlier lives, but mainly just like this 2 year chunk of time. Um, so yeah, I didn't realize it was Ron Howard, and I was like, okay. I mean, that doesn't like make me like super excited. I'm not like a giant Ron Howard fan or anything like that.
Yeah.
I know he's directed a ton of stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, Ron Howard, and it's gonna be serious at least. I wasn't expecting it to be like rated R. I mean, I'm assuming this was rated R. Uh,
Yeah,
I don't
it
know.
was definitely rated R.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many like rated R movies Ron Howard's directed. Like, I wouldn't think it would have been that many.
It wasn't like salacious or anything, man.
No,
It was
no.
romantic R-rated
But he
stuff.
gets with Natalie Dormer in like the first like 15
Yeah.
minutes. Like, oh, okay,
There's definitely more nudity in this movie, more sex in it than a normal Ron Howard movie. He's
yeah, pretty clean.
pretty populist. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Spielberg or something like that. Like, I wouldn't expect Spielberg to have like a bunch of sex scenes and nudity in his movies.
Right.
I think they
Hey,
think they kind of don't need them or something.
Clay, do you have like a fan on or something?
I do, man. It's like I'm managing my settings here.
Okay, like it's real loud. Sorry. No, not this. It's not a ceiling. You hear it too, Chris,
Yeah, I
right?
hear it. I
It
hear it.
wasn't on a second ago. Something is.
What are we talking about?
There's like
Yeah.
a pretty significant like air movement or something happening.
I mean, is your computer like right next to the microphone too? We can cut this part out, right?
Sorry. Yeah, I can cut it out.
Okay. Still air moving.
That's a little better.
Yeah, the struggle is real with my settings. People.
Okay,
Apologies.
sorry. Yeah, it's a pretty significant noise.
Yeah.
That's my
Anyways.
HEPA filter.
Oh,
Gotcha.
okay. Yeah.
All right.
You still hear it, but it's better.
Yeah, not bad.
I don't hear shit.
It's okay, man. Not a big deal.
I hear my room getting hot.
Uh,
I've turned off all
sorry,
circulating
I'm
air.
sorry to put you through this. Anyways, I'm sorry, Chris. I think I interrupted
That's
you.
no, that's cool. Yeah. So have none of us seen this movie before?
I hadn't. No.
I've seen
Okay.
it,
Oh yeah, I'd seen it.
yeah.
I mean, I think I remember when it came out, but I mean, this was pre-Thor. Must have been, right? I don't
Is
remember what
it?
year
That's a
Thor
good
came
question.
out.
I will look that up.
I was just opening Letterboxd a second ago. When was the first Thor?
First Thor
First
was
Thor,
2011.
first. Oh wow, no, okay, so he was Thor. Never
Yeah.
mind. Um, but anyway, yeah, I remember when this came out, and I just wasn't, as into it then, so I just never watched it. And
Right.
yeah, I dug it. It was awesome. Um, I've heard it's pretty good over the years, and it's pretty
Hmm.
good. Um, I don't know if it's gonna like blow anybody away. I mean, it definitely helps being into Formula One at the moment. Um, but there's some cool shots and some
Yeah.
good camera work and all that stuff. Acting's pretty good. I mean, they both play the characters pretty well from what I've seen.
Yeah, I don't really know anything about these guys. I don't know this story really. Not super into Formula One or anything,
Yeah.
so it's a bit of an unknown for me. I thought the movie was I hate to have this opinion, but I just kind of thought it was fine.
Yeah.
Um,
It's
Ron
kind of why I said
Howard,
it. That's
yeah,
kind of why I said like it probably helps to be into Formula One because yeah, as somebody not interested in it, I could see just being fine.
yeah. I mean, I don't think the race. I mean, we just watched the Brad Pitt movie, which the racing scenes are like really incredible because of the techniques used and things. And this one like it feels very standard. Like it looks pretty good, but it's nothing like incredibly exciting. I would say. Um,
Really?
yeah, for me at least. Maybe I'm just not as interested in it.
I
Um,
mean, so I had watched this before, and I remember watching it, and the I remember at the time being like really like, damn, that was an amazing racing movie, right? Great racing scenes, but on second watch or probably third watch at this point, like the racing scenes were sort of something that I could, you know, be distracted during and not really feel like I missed a whole lot, which is pretty standard, I would think,
mm,
until like the final segments of races. That's when it really started to feel like kind of the spirit of the moment and the competition between these guys really getting heated up.
yeah,
I mean, they have initially they just seem like they're jerks to each other, and then that actually is like a sharpening system, right? Where they become probably their best selves in competition.
yeah,
And I love a good competitive movie.
Yeah.
Challengers is, but I think that there were parts in this movie that they really could have done without, and the fact that it's a biopic or whatever it's called,
mm,
Yeah.
like a mini biography type feel. I think that sort of forced Ron to be in a position where it wasn't just entertainment, like solely for entertainment's sake, right? It had to tell a story of these people's lives, and like I don't care about their romance. I don't really care. Yeah, of course, the one's gonna have get married and their wife. I mean, so sort of like I felt like there could have been some creative editing that made it seem less sort of grandiose and on paper probably. That may have helped the movie in execution quite a bit because there's some good shit in here, like really good shit. I
mm,
think it's like, you know, really powerful scenes, but then it also tried a bit hard to be like too poetic at parts where I was just like, nobody talks like this, and
yeah.
they're just really quoting deep philosophical, and I'm like, this is a racing movie, right? What are we talking about here? Like
I
the
mean,
meaning of essence of man.
Formula One drivers are like pretty like egotistical, arrogant people, so
Yeah.
it does kind of line up. But I get what you mean. The dialogue is a little just kind of on the nose a lot of times where it feels a little unrealistic. I mean that is kind of how they are. Like they take this shit very seriously and they are super into like everything. So it's part of
It's
it I
incredible to
get,
watch for
but
me, man.
yeah.
It's awesome stuff. Like you, you're sitting on your own pick here.
I'm not. But I mean, I'm not gonna pretend like it's the greatest movie ever. But yeah,
Yeah. No,
I would say, like, at the time when I saw it, I thought it was probably one of the better racing movies out there. Like, I was just like, man, that was incredible, right? And then now, since F1 has come out, I'm kind of like, yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah, I mean, like I think like the F1 movie is better just as far as like just pure like racing action and all that stuff. I would say like Ford v Ferrari is probably better than this just as far as like a
What's
movie
the other
that's
one?
about racing. Ford
that
v Ferrari is really really good.
I really like that movie a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a better movie. But I mean, I feel like that one there's not a whole lot of like racing drama and stuff. I mean, there is, but it's more just between uh the Ford guy and Carol Shelby and
Hmm.
I forget the driver guy's name. Christian Bale's character.
Ford.
Um
I'm glad you brought that movie up, man, because all day long I've been trying to think about it. I was like, man, I know there's a racing movie that has some really gritty racing scenes too. Racing, yeah. So
Yeah.
like sequences. I'm glad you brought that movie up because I was like, man, I know that there's another one in here I'm missing. So
Yeah, I would immediately thought about that one and the Michael Mann movie, the Ferrari,
mm,
pretty
never saw
recently.
that.
Which just never it doesn't have a ton of racing in it, but I thought the racing in it was really good, and I, I don't know. I feel like I enjoyed that movie a little bit better. This one I liked, but I don't know, like Chris Chris Hemsworth is fine. It's
Yeah.
like I don't really care. My problem is I don't really like care about the characters all that much. I think so. Their drama
that
is not particularly interesting, and like it just helps when you have people like Matt Damon and Christian Bale or Adam Driver and
Yeah.
Penelope Cruz and like
I think the
I
fact
don't
that the
know.
guy is sort of like the main dude, he's like always talking about how he's rat-like, right? And then he
Yeah.
sort of acts like very underhanded, and so you
Oh,
don't like him a little bit, right? You're sort of off-put by this guy,
Yeah, neither
and
one
then
of them are that likable.
yeah, and then
yeah.
you're rooting for this other guy who's like a child, right? And then
Hmm.
then they try and flip it around to where like, oh, you actually should care about these people and their struggles, and you're
Yeah.
kind of like, you know.
Yeah,
It
they're
does suck. You got your face burned, but
yeah,
Yeah.
like they don't like each other and they're both assholes to each other, but yeah, as they start to kind of grow to respect each other, it's more bearable. Um,
I think I was definitely more interested in the Daniel Bruhl character than Chris Hemsworth. Like Chris Hemsworth's just kind of being Chris Hemsworth
yeah,
a
and
little bit, but
I mean to y'all that don't really like, Nicky Lauda is like one of the top drivers in the
yeah.
Formula One zeitgeist or whatever you want to call it. Like probably, I mean, they kind of try to sell it as like an equal billing. Because it is kind of about, James Hunt beating him that one season, but
Hmm.
Nicky Lauda is way more famous of a driver. So
Okay.
I would say it's probably more his movie.
and that's what
Yeah,
I'm saying. Like they didn't make him very likable. Like for it being,
He's not a very likable guy.
is he not?
No.
Oh
I
man.
mean, at least in the limited stuff I've seen. I mean, at least, I mean, he's probably way different, like in his later, because I think they talked about it a little bit, where he went on to win more championships and, drove a little while longer and retired from racing. And I mean, I think he eventually became a team owner, or maybe just like what do they call it? Like a team manager who's like the
Yeah,
the head of the team. I mean, they talk about it a little bit in Formula One, but
that's cool.
the so like yeah, I think he kind of grew as a person, and I
hmm.
think this was kind of the catalyst of his probably growth as a person. But yeah, at the time, yeah, he's like, I mean, Daniel Bruhl looks kind of silly doing the like kind of weird, but like it's kind of accurate, so it's pretty good actually.
I think it's
Okay.
interesting, like from a character study, to see like some people are in it just for the pleasure of it, right? The girls, the money, the notoriety, the fame, and then like he got it and sort of quit. Right? It was like, all right, I checked that box. That was another exploit. Maybe he knew he couldn't really compete with Lauda, so this was his like, okay, this is probably a wise move for me. He really struggled for, probably significant parts of his career to keep the racing team together, and then he won his championship. It's like, all right, the hell with it. But Lauda loved to race, like every single bit of
Yeah.
it, from the cars to the gears to the everything. He was, extremely passionate about just racing,
Right.
and wholly focused on that as his mission. So he had longevity, and
Yeah, he really intellectualized it, and the other guys, like at least in what the movie betrays, is like he's just really in it for the thrills. He just wants the fame and
and
the
that's
risk.
Yeah.
okay too. Like those are both really good reasons, and they both could form like a winner, right? But
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah. And he got it, and he was fine.
that was all. That would be
Yeah.
me. Like I'm done with this
I
shit.
was definitely like more engaged in the Daniel Bruhl story, like just him being just his drive and his interest in it, even though
Yeah.
he's an asshole to everyone. It's like
Yeah.
he's just a his story is a little more interesting just than the hotshot cool guy.
Yeah. And especially once it hits the accident part of the movie, I think it really becomes
Yeah,
more his more his story
yeah.
than Hemsworth's.
And the last third or so, like the third act of the movie is I enjoyed probably the most. Is like there is some good tension
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it builds well. Um,
Yeah. I agree with
it's
that because I do think it's a little long.
it's long.
It's
It's a
it
bit long.
it needs a good 15 minutes cut out of it probably. But yeah, I think once the accident hits, I think it's kind of all uphill
Yeah,
from there.
I'm still adding it to my Racing Essentials box set, though. I want,
yeah.
when
Yeah.
I release
Same.
my gems to the world.
Yeah. Yeah. Same. Yeah. Same here. I enjoyed it, but
Yeah.
um,
I don't know. Like Ron Howard is not one of my favorite as far as filmmaking.
yeah,
He's
it's same here.
I really like Apollo 13. I think that's a
Okay.
fantastic movie. Um, but other than that, it's like,
What
yeah,
other Ron Howards?
he's done like Da Vinci Code and like he did all those movies and
I feel like
uh
National Treasure should be his, but it's just too
it's
good.
not, but yeah, I know what you mean. Like he did the Solo movie. He kind of like picked up the pieces on that disaster and
That's true. I forgot about that.
early on he did like Willow and stuff like that. He's done some
Willow.
decent stuff, but he's
Decent.
like he's like a really like steady like Hollywood journeyman. Like he's not an auteur,
Right.
he's not
He's not.
really
He's not.
bringing like some kind of like style or anything to it. It's like it's flashy, it looks nice, it's it's steady, it's
We'll sell some
sturdy,
tickets.
but yeah,
Yeah. He wishes he
he's just a
was.
journeyman.
Yeah. He wishes he was Spielberg.
Yeah, he does.
Absolutely. He's definitely like, yeah, just sort of drafting on the Spielberg mold a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys like that, like Zemeckis, and
Yeah.
there's a bunch of guys that kind of did that.
Yeah. Because you got like Da
But
Vinci Code, Angels at Dawn, those movies.
yeah.
I never saw Beautiful Mind.
Yeah, it's
I
pretty
hear good things
Yeah.
about Cinderella Man. I never watched Cinderella Man.
Yeah, it was totally solid. Like that's like kind of his thing. It's like, yeah, pretty good.
never seen Cinderella Man.
That's
Um
very competent.
yeah, exactly. That's kind of
Yeah.
the whole thing. Like, and that's what I was kind of feeling this movie. Like there's nothing that ever really made me like excited or like really like emotional or anything, but it's all like really competently made. It looks nice, but also like it feels like glossy Hollywood stuff a little bit. Like it's set in the 70s, but it doesn't really feel like the 70s. It's just kind of got
A
uh
orangey
yeah,
brownish tinge to it.
it's just got kind of a color grading and it's like, okay, sure. Um it's yeah. There's Yeah, yeah. Just having seen so many other movies about this period and stuff, it's like, okay, sure.
Yeah.
But totally fine movie.
I shit on your movie last week. You can shit on mine.
I'm. I don't think I disliked it as much as you disliked mine, but I'm just kind of like, it's like a 3-star movie to me. It's like right in the middle of the
Okay.
road. Like, thought it was pretty good,
Damn.
but
Hope he get no love.
um,
You can tell, like, from the vibe of this movie, he really thought that this was going to be a banger, right? It's just like,
yeah, I do feel like he was trying to bring a little something extra to it, like he did, like having a couple of sex scenes in it. Like that's his version of being like a little gritty.
Edgy.
It still feels very glossy to me, but it is like his version of reaching for something a little deeper. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Because, like I said earlier, when I was surprised, being an R-rated Ron Howard movie, I was kind of setting myself up to be maybe more like Josh, where this was just going to be kind of just a kind of cookie cutter Boy Scout type of movie, and you
Yeah,
know, maybe it wasn't that much more than that, but it was a little. I mean, it was a little bit of edge to it, I guess.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I
Yeah.
was
It's got some good
pleasantly
stuff in it.
surprised. Yeah,
Got
and
some good stuff in
even
there.
though it's not that old, like it is probably a little dated at this point. Like I mean, I don't know. I feel like at
Yeah,
that time it was just a little, I don't know, bland.
there was a yeah there yeah. You could go back and look at um I, like the studio movies from this time, and they all kind of look like this. So
Yeah,
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 and it's a hard to see it in the time in like when they're coming out as much. But I feel like when you get a decade removed from something, you can always kind of see like the Hollywood, like the style of the time. Like we're gonna a
yeah,
decade from now, we're gonna look back and be like, oh yeah, that was the 2020s, the COVID years.
this is the
Like this is
2023.
what they looked like.
yeah,
Um, yeah, yeah, it's very there's definitely a lot of movies that had this sort of sheen, sort of
yeah,
look to them.
yeah. I was gonna say too, because like at this time, they bring it up a pretty good bit as the just the dangerousness of it. There was a lot of
Mm,
drivers that died. I mean, even before this that were dying, and I think even after this that were dying. I
Wow.
mean,
yeah,
Ayrton Senna is kind of like the famous one that, he was, one of the top drivers and died during a race. And then I think, changed a lot of safety and stuff from there on out. So it was, all those pivotal moments that kind of, evolve it.
I was gonna
hmm
say, like, from a safety perspective, you'd think that they would have some of that. Like, it seems like in this era, if you crashed, you died. Like, you
Yeah.
burned to death. Like, and it kind of makes you think, like, man, the priority was not safety; it was just win. And that's kind of curious to me because not a risk. I'm certainly like I'll lean into some risk, but not where I'm like, oh, if I make a mistake, like I will die. That's
Yeah.
not my
right.
jam.
Yeah,
So
no,
you
I'm
really got to be a special kind of crazy to be a freaking Formula One driver back
Yeah. I
then,
think
especially.
that's definitely the allure of it. And the part of the allure of it to me is, I mean, open wheels and they're, inches apart from each other and inches from walls. It adds to, the excitement of watching the races.
yeah, yeah. You're strapping yourself to a rocket ship with wheels on it.
Yeah,
It's pretty
yeah,
cool, pretty
yeah,
insane.
yeah. If your wheel clips a wall, I mean, you're done. And like I said, back in the day, it meant a death sentence. Nowadays, it's not a death sentence, but you
Yeah.
know,
Millions and millions of
the
dollars for
millions of
sure.
dollars and the race is definitely over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting when they were like voting whether or not to do the race in the weather, and they're just like, "Well, let's
That
just take a
too.
vote," you know? Like I was like, "Really? Just if everyone wants to do it, we're just that's what we're gonna do. We're
That's
not think
totally
about
what I'm
safety at
talking
all here."
about. It's
Yeah,
like there's no racing body that was like, hey, listen,
Not Not then, no.
Big
Right.
rain today.
Yeah. Sorry, it's not safe. We're gonna postpone it. Yeah. No. Let's take a vote. Yeah. All you crazy people that drive rocket ships want to go out there? Okay, cool. Let's do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bunch of wild men.
Yep. For sure. But
Well, good stuff,
no.
man. I was
Thanks
glad
for
you watched
indulging.
it.
Thanks for
Yeah.
indulging me. I've been kind
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
I've been wanting to watch it.
Yeah. Sometimes that's the way to do it. You just
So yeah,
gotta
just figured it was
bring the
a
group
good
along.
excuse.
Yeah. No. It'd been one I'd heard good things about, so I was interested in watching it. Um, so knock that one off the list. Uh, Clay, you want to throw out your pick for next week?
Man, I'm gonna lay some foundation here. Hopefully with the team. I think
Okay.
Chris is probably partaking, maybe Randy too. But I'm gonna pick Akira, going back to the old school 1980s.
Oh man.
Yeah.
All right, all
This
right.
is
Oh,
gonna
man.
be a kind of a commitment, right? It's a 2 hour and 4 minute movie, but it can feel like a 4 hour movie because there's just so much.
Depends on
shit that goes
it
on. Yeah.
depends on how you feel about the movie. Like I said, it could speed by. I mean, or it could be super exciting. I mean, it could be your torturous experience.
God help Randy. If we need to call an audible for whatever reason, this masterpiece doesn't resonate with somebody to that significant of a level. Like,
Okay. Well, I'm glad you picked it because it is one I want to watch, but I'm not like the anime guy, so it's hard for me to pull the trigger on them. So this is
Yeah.
probably the only way I'm gonna watch
I
it,
figured-
to be honest.
I figured
Yeah,
I
I'm-
would push you over the edge.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's fine.
it's probably not the movie to just kind of like jump in feet first. But I absolutely love this movie, so I'm excited to rewatch it.
Okay, cool.
I got the old 4K just sitting on a shelf, and I was like, man, it's time to bust that open and let's watch a real movie. So
Nice. Okay. I'm into it. I'm into it.
it's super detailed, though. I will say, like, the Japanese way or intricacies, and then it's abstract and surreal a lot too. So,
Yeah.
it's you just kind of got to go with it.
Yeah, it kind of goes overboard with just
Everything.
everything. But I mean, it's kind of like about the animation too. Like the animations and it's amazing.
Okay.
And it's legit real animation. It's not.
Right.
All hand drawn stuff
CGI
still,
bullshit.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm
it's
excited.
it's an essential anime. I mean, especially just as a film person. I mean, if you've seen any anime, it's the one to have seen. So it might just be a check on your letterboxed,
Your belt there, a little notch on your belt.
but hopefully you'll dig it.
Hopefully.
I'm interested. I'm interested. We'll see. What was the other one that we did? It's been a while back.
Perfect Blue.
Temple?
Perfect Blue. Yeah.
Perfect blue.
I was like blue something. What is blue?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Perfect Blue. I
Heartbreaker.
liked Perfect Blue.
Yeah. Perfect Blue probably is a decent like place to start, and then Akira just kind of goes kind of crazier. Perfect Blue is a little more straightforward,
Okay.
even though it does get abstract and stuff too.
That was a real banger for the team. Perfect Blue. I was really hyped about that one, and it was a heartbreaker.
Oh yeah.
Definitely thought we were swinging for the grand slam, and
Well, yeah, Randy hated it.
foul ball after foul ball. Yeah.
I liked it. I liked it. It's not a 5-star movie to me, I guess, but I liked it. Yeah, I have a feeling these are just not going to resonate with Mr. Randy, but
No.
um, it is.
But-
what
That's
it
part of
is.
the fun. It's part of the fun. Right? That's
Yeah.
why we do what we do.
Week after week.
Yeah. Yeah, Akira will be cool on the projector too.
Yeah. I'll definitely find the 4K version of that to put on the projector.
I think it's like $13 on Amazon or something for the actual disc. Like,
Yeah.
I've seen it on sale. That's when I bought it. I think I bought it for, I want to say it was like 13 after taxes. Like it was, I was like, I'm not renting this, and I'm not gonna digital download it or digitally own it. I was like, I could spend freaking $13 on a Akira. Hell yeah! But then this is one of those movies that you buy like six or seven times in your life because you're like, oh, it's not on VHS anymore. I lost that VHS. Oh, I'm gonna buy it again, and then you're like, oh, it's DVD, and then oh, it's Blu-ray, and then now it's 4K, and then next they'll just imprint it in your
brain. Right. Implant the chip.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. Cool, Akira. All right. Well, you guys seen anything else this week worth talking about?
I've been watching this show Alone. Definitely not a movie, right? They shovel these people off into the wild somewhere. They're experienced, so these are like master survivalists, and they try and outlast every single one of the last survivor wins. $500,000. So.
Oh, it's like a reality show type thing. Okay.
But it was kind of fun, right? It's kind of interesting to see people who really care very little about, career and money and home ownership, and they're just like, oh, I live in the woods, right? And this is how I live. And, there are, to me, like extreme alternatives to what I think is normal. And these seem like really great people, right? Like perfectly fine. You get to spend a lot of time with them because they're alone and they're talking to themselves in the camera. And you're like, man, these are just like simple, fun, carefree people, even though they don't necessarily share my perspectives. So sometimes I think it's fun to watch stuff like that just for that very reason. But from a survival end, it's a cool show too. So maybe somebody can watch Alone and dig it.
Okay. Anything else? Well, that's all. That's it for this week. Okay.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have a whole lot either. I haven't had a ton of time. I have been watching The Pit with Tori. Just started with season 1. I think I'm like 6 episodes into it or something. It's pretty good. And
is that the ER show?
Yeah, the ER show. Yeah, I mean it's got what's his name from ER in it and everything, but the dialogue like is pretty on the nose, like in the way, but
they're all like that.
But the actual like what's happening minute to minute, and like it's like every episode is like an hour in their shift, so it is like you're following them throughout their entire day. So it is pretty like it's intense.
Yeah,
and
it's what your wife does too.
Exactly.
Essentially,
yeah. She like kind of asked me to watch at least a little bit of it, and I was like, yeah, I'll watch this with you. This is pretty good. And it does give me a better idea of what she's going through all the time.
Yeah. That's crazy because I mean, my wife's a nurse too, and she's watched the crap out of this show. I haven't sat down and like watched it from start to finish, but I've seen a lot of parts of it. And she's not an ER nurse, but still, you get a taste of just all the craziness, random shit that just gets dumped in their laps.
Yeah, and just dealing with annoying
people's lives too.
Yeah, and just big emotions and crazy stuff always happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, Victoria's not in the ER either. She's in the ICU, so she still gets a lot of the.
But she's closer than Megan is, at least.
Somewhat, yeah. She's in trauma ICU, so she gets the really wild, nasty stuff. So, I don't know how she does it.
She's still got some stories.
Oh, she's just constant stories every day. I'm sure as soon as I get off this, she just got home from work as we were starting. I'm sure I'm gonna get a couple of stories before bed.
Yeah.
Like I'm the backboard when she has to decompress, so I get all the stories.
At least you get some interesting conversation in with all that. It's not like, oh, I pushed some papers around and God, oh, what a stressful time. It's more like, shot runs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's like continuing stories. It's kind of like watching the show. It's like you're following these people through day to day. Like she's, like, oh yeah, you remember that guy that
all in trauma,
yeah,
trauma
he flew out of his windshield. Like, oh yeah, he died today. Just like, just Yeah, you're constantly getting updates on these people
Yeah.
too. So, funny
My shit's
stuff.
just the stock market went down, right? That's,
Oh, well, up and down. There's always something happening there too. Other than that, the only thing I watch is I watched the Chevy Chase documentary
Oh,
on HBO. Which I really like Chevy
he's a
Chase.
dick, huh?
He's a fucking dick. Yeah, he's horrible. Like I think that's just like who he is, and like it's kind of he's kind of just the character he plays in all those movies because he just has to tell the joke at someone else's expense, no matter how hurtful it
Yeah.
could be. So every
damn.
time, like you can kind of see, like it's just this mask he puts up against the world all the time. Like he's always just got to make a joke out of everything and
It's kind of
be a
an
little bit
angry
mean about it.
mask where he's kind of like, "Leave
Yeah,
me alone." Oh, I'll talk fine. You know,
yeah.
it's really weird.
It is weird. It is weird. But
Yeah.
even as like an old man, he's still just saying the same things. Um,
The same old
I don't
Christmas
know.
vacation.
Huh? Yeah.
The same old Christmas vacation.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. It was interesting because you get a little bit of his early life and stuff, and a little bit backstory that I didn't know, and just kind of see where he's at now. So I enjoyed it. It's not like a great documentary or anything. It's like 80 minutes or something. So, but it was worth watching.
That's cool.
And then I also there's a Mel Brooks documentary that they just put up on
Yeah, I heard about
HBO
that one too.
also.
Yeah.
It's the 99-year-old man or something. But that one's a little bit longer. It's two parts and it's like 2 hours each.
Hmm.
So I think I watched the first part of it. But that's a lot better. I think Judd Apatow did that. He's like the one interviewing him and putting it together. And I don't know. He's got a much more interesting story, I think.
Yeah.
He's got a big,
Yeah. He's like in the war and all that stuff, right?
yeah, yeah, and just his comedy is is just much more important to to historically, like
Right.
all the Jewish comics and stuff that he was around and all the stuff that he did starting out was is even his comedy before the movies is pretty interesting. But then, getting into Blazing Saddles and Young Frankenstein and all those movies is those are all great movies. So it's a pretty good, interesting story. And he's
Yeah.
still
He's
like in pretty good health for being
yeah.
99 years old. Like,
And he's about to make Spaceballs too.
yeah, craziness. Um, I don't know. I love Mel Brooks movies too. So like,
High hopes. High hopes.
yeah. And he was a really smart guy too. Like he produced stuff like The Elephant Man and like he basically gave David Lynch his career and also did The Fly,
Mm,
David Cronenberg.
I know
Um,
that one.
yeah, he produced The Fly and like he didn't put his names on them because he didn't want people to think that they were going to be comedies. So
Yeah.
he just wanted to do just movies that he wanted to make. So he's got a there's a lot of interesting stuff about his life. So worth watching, at least from what I've seen so far.
Yeah. That sounds good. I'd be more interested in that one then
Yeah, that's
than Chevy
probably
Chase.
if you're gonna watch one, yeah, that'll be the one to watch for sure. But yeah, that's it for me. I watched Scream 6 with my daughter because
Mm.
we're getting ready for the new ones. So
How's that?
liked it. I didn't. I'm watching the first time when it came out, and I was kind of like, I'm kind of like over these movies. Scre- Screams are not like my favorite, but I enjoy them for the most part. But they're all kind of like 3 star, 3.5 for
Yeah.
most movies. They're just a certain mold, but they're fun.
Yeah. Every
But this
daughter's
one's
having fun. That helps.
yeah, she's enjoying the hell out of them, and this one is watching them all in like quick succession. This one's definitely got it's a little more violent, a little meaner
Mm.
than the other ones, I think. It's New York. But it doesn't really look like New York. But it is like he just grabbing shotguns and blowing people away and stuff. It's like I was like, it's a little more shocking, a little more violent than the other ones are, I think. So
I don't really remember that, so I might have to rewatch it at some point too.
yeah, it's just a bit more than the previous ones, I think. They're they're not like the most creative kills. It's kind of just like getting chased around with a knife and then getting stabbed somewhere. So it's one that I
Meh.
felt like had a more interesting um, action sequences in it than some of the other ones do. But we'll see. I'm interested
Cool.
to see what they do with this new one. I don't have high hopes for it, but we'll see.
Yeah, it'd be more of the same, but
Yeah.
as long as it's decent.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. What about you, Chris? See
I hadn't
anything this week?
really watched a whole lot either. I mean, I think last week I had talked about that Sato movie, Kyrie Elysian or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, I rewatched that and I freaking loved it. Um,
Yeah, you were kind of confused
but
with it the first time, right?
yeah, the first time I watched it, I really had no clue what was going on. Um, and yeah, rewatching it, yeah, I definitely had no clue what was going on because I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, like every little piece kind of like fell together. I was like, oh, I understand what I watched. I
Yeah.
mean, it's not like the most like complicated or hard to follow movie, but I mean, it's definitely. I think I maybe mentioned it before too. Is like they don't spell things out for you. It's a very kind of Asian cinema thing, because
Hmm.
they don't explain shit really. They just they'll
Jump
throw in
around.
they'll
Yeah.
throw in a little detail too, and may seem insignificant, but it's like a giant fucking point of the plot that if you miss it, you might not understand the second half of the movie or something.
Mm.
Sometimes I
Uh,
have trouble differentiating the characters from one another. I'm like, okay, is that this girl? Is that this guy? Like, what are we doing
yeah,
here? Like, who is that? Yeah. And
yeah,
who are we talking about? Oh, that's the friend, not the actual person. So it gets confusing like that.
yeah. And being Japanese, it's not like you know names you're super so like yeah, it gets easy to confuse. Yeah, I loved it.
Nice,
It was pretty awesome. Um,
nice.
and then I rewatched. I mean, watched the other one in that set. I don't know how to say it.
Referee.
Rafarisha or whatever. It's very silly. So it's like the polar opposite. It's very silly. You know, more our words. Every 10 minutes or so. There's but it's like the tone of the movie is just kind of completely ridiculous. Um, so like what I've been enjoying about all the other ones, but they're kind of like they're darker and they kind of get under your skin and they're creepier and weirder. Like this one was just kind of silly. Um, but it was cool. There was some good laughs, but didn't enjoy it as much as some of the other ones.
Okay.
It's been a minute since I saw that movie, so I couldn't, I remember being like, yeah, that was pretty cool. It was an expensive movie for me to find. It was like really tough to find.
Oh
But
right,
when I
okay.
found it, I was like, victory! And then I watched it, I was like, yeah, well,
I'm so glad I dug so hard for this one.
Yeah.
that's how it is sometimes it does. But
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, if you're chasing these down and kind of putting them up on a pedestal a little bit, they might not live up. I'm just grabbing these recent box sets, so I'm just
and they're
play.
all remastered, man. They're all re-released. I mean, it's like the best this stuff has ever looked. So
Yeah,
that's exciting.
yeah.
That's the best way to watch it.
I'm gonna watch some more of these. I'm kind of getting
Nice,
into them.
nice.
So you're like, have you watched all of them that have come out so far, Chris?
No,
There's like
so
three volumes, right?
there's 3 volumes. I watched, I think just one from the first volume.
Okay.
Um, And I don't think I watched any from the second, but then I got the third, and I was just like, "Ooh, I want to watch." So I just was in the mood, so I
Okay.
threw was
Turtle Vision.
Turtle Vision on, and I
Uh-huh.
enjoyed that. And I was like, "Okay, let's watch another one." So I just watched another one. But so now I'm kind of hooked. So I'm gonna go back and watch some of some of the ones I skipped from the first two volumes.
Okay. Okay. I wasn't sure because like for uh my brain, I would have to go through them in order probably. Yeah,
Yeah, but
so
I don't think there's any sort of like chronological order to any of these that have been put on.
okay. Gotcha.
Um, I don't think it's yeah. I don't know why they chose what they chose.
Just what was probably ready for release at the
Maybe.
time and what they could get licensed at the time and stuff. But
Yeah, could be. Because yeah, I think it kind of jumps around time frame wise or his
gotcha.
filmography wise.
Right, Clay, have you been rewatching these as they've been coming out?
Yeah, I'm, slowly but surely chipping away. I had never seen Turtle Vision, so that was a big one to land. It's been on the top of like the weirdest lists, right? So I was always like, God, and that goes way back to when I was first interested in Sato. It just was, one of his most critically acclaimed and one that I could never find. And now that I watched it, I was like, yeah, it was pretty cool. I don't
It
know
was pretty
why it
good.
was. Yeah, I don't know why it was like super high on a lot of people's lists, but maybe it's because it was rare. But man,
Mm-hmm.
it's just been so fun to have these in a box set. I probably lost all the value in the stuff that I've been collecting for years because they
There's still rare.
re-released
There's
them.
still rarity in that stuff.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't give a shit, right? I think they're valuable movies from like a cinematic perspective for a lot of people, or they should be. But
Yeah.
they're still raunchy and filthy and nasty, and you know,
Yeah,
so
they're
They're
they're all
exploitation
pretty
movies, right? So,
essential. Yes,
yeah.
they're low budget exploitation movies, but
Right.
and that's
Interesting.
not everybody's vibe, right?
Yeah.
There were two people that I've recommended, like some of the top in the genre. There's this one movie. I won't mention it, but I've recommended it to two people, and both people are like, "No, that was terrible." And I was like, "Ooh, shit!" Like I thought for sure because they like exploitation of all kinds. They watch that stuff, and it's like I think
Really?
it's just too violent. Yeah. So you gotta
Okay.
be you gotta be careful with watching that stuff. I think.
we're a little desensitized to it.
hmm And then there was a time in my life when I was like just trying to find the craziest thing I could possibly put on screen that still had some modicum of value, like cinematic value. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's how I got off into this stuff. And sometimes I'm like, man, this is just garbage. And then other times I'm like, well, that's pretty cool. And then so Chris has sort of given me some validation here where I was like, man, I'm tripping, right? Some of these Sato movies have like 800 reviews on Letterboxd, and I'm like, nobody's watching this shit. And then they re-release all the sets. I don't know. It's good
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, it definitely seems like since they did these set, I mean, me knowing who he was from you and then seeing these sets get released, it definitely seems like it's kind of, you know,
They're catching on
pushed
a
it
little bit.
pushed him, yeah, pushed him into the, not the limelight, but
But like
Right.
you have great rabbit hole abilities, right? You can find stuff that I never even thought about. So now I'm like, hey, I got the man on my side, right? He's gonna come up with some real nice stuff, and so I'm counting on you,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, and I mean, and I'm sure some of these may be garbage. I haven't watched one yet that I would consider garbage.
Yeah,
Uh, you
he
know,
he's he he's
I'm
on the
sure
yeah.
I'm sure there's some. I mean, he's done a lot of movies, right? He's done
Yeah,
like a ton of
hundreds. Yeah,
yeah.
more than we'll ever be able to see. A lot of it, those are just straight up.
Probably.
So
Yeah,
maybe Vinegar Syndrome isn't releasing those, and they are maybe picking some of the
some lower
better,
quality.
you know, less like super because I think he's done some like really crazy ones, right?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I would
so
imagine.
maybe they're not putting
He
those
did
out and
like
they're
a
curating these a little
train
bit.
series. Yeah, where there was like stuff on the train, and I don't know, man. It's. I think you
So
just
is he
gotta.
like making like multiple movies a year in
I
in
think
these?
so.
Yeah, 'cause it seems like that's like more of a common thing in Asian cinema, like
It
Takashi
does.
Miike and people like that. Like a lot of these Pinku directors, they seem like they just kind of crank them out pretty fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see here. 89. I knew it was in the 80s. I don't know why I said hundreds. Yeah.
89, yeah, that's
89
still a lot
movies.
of movies.
And yeah, you're talking like you were saying they'll do 2 or 3 or 4 movies a year,
Yeah.
and you're like, dude, where do you sleep in? Like that's
Well, I mean that also kind of makes the difference in quality a little more
yeah,
Yeah,
true,
apparent.
very
Like
yeah,
true.
if you're when you're cranking through them, like some of them are gonna work out and some of them won't. But
yeah. It's a lot of the same actors too. Like there's the one guy. Like the one guy has been in like almost every one I've watched. I think
That's
that kind of scrawny dude. Uh, I mean, he's been in. I think every one I've watched so far.
well,
He's
that's
popped
like
up
that.
into it.
Kiyoshi Kishiro always uses that, or no, Kiyoshi, what's his name?
Kurosawa,
Kurosawa always uses that same one dude.
Yeah,
oh
I can't
yeah,
remember his name. He
yeah,
was in Perfect Day and
right.
hmm
Cure.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
like an incredible actor, like
Yeah,
big
Oh, for
big
sure.
Japanese actor.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
yeah, he's in most of those movies, I think,
yeah,
or a lot of
All
them.
of them.
But yeah, he started. I mean, he even started out in like doing pinky films. If you look
yeah.
back at his early career, he was cranking them out, making exploitation movies too for a while. And
Yeah, he
then
was in that one movie about the Bounce Co-Gals. The
Oh yeah,
oh, the
yeah,
actor, yeah, yeah,
he
yeah,
was the pimp in Co-Gals.
that's
yeah.
right.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
They're
he
all just
was.
kind of like you know, it's a career. They're all just trying to make content.
Yeah. So I mean, but like these are raunchy, but there's like he's definitely got an eye, and he's got his own kind of style and his own thing. So like
Yeah.
it works.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That makes it worth watching probably because it's not they're not just throwaway.
Yeah,
They do have some kind of a fingerprint to
yeah,
them.
and as and I assume Vinegar Syndrome is kind of curating these a little bit, and they're picking you know, I don't know how many of these they're going to end up doing. Maybe they're going to go through the top 20% of his stuff and leave all the rest of it for obscurity in Japan, I guess.
Yeah, interesting. Well, I'm waiting to hear which one I should watch first. Uh, none, none.
I'm
I don't
Okay.
know.
man,
Yeah, you can start with Akira.
I might bring you my volume 3 and you watch Kyrie Elysian.
Okay. All right. I want to try one of them at least, and just see what the hype is about.
Yeah. I think that one's like the least like even though there is some of that stuff in it, it's the least like raunchy, dirty feeling one.
Okay.
And is that like I think he's got a I mean and I think we all like movies that have kind of something to say. And I think he's got something to say. I don't know if it's up there with great filmmakers or anything, but he's got something to say.
Hilarious.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that. It's you want to be able to like think through what's going on in the story
Yeah,
and stuff for sure. So
yeah, yeah. We just have to
something to chew on.
set your expectations in the right place. And
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna assume from Clay's standpoint that I'm not gonna like them.
No, I don't think
So
so.
maybe if I put my expectations on the floor, then they can only go up.
I wonder if I could find like a Western themed one that'll
Maybe.
ease the delivery a little bit for you.
Maybe so. Um. All right. Well, I think that's it for the episode. Unless you
that's all
guys
I
have
had.
anything else. Okay.
Nope.
Well, we'll wrap it up. Akira next week.
Nice.